Hey everybody, and welcome to the Twist Happy Hour, the video podcast where cocktails and conversation collide into the ultimate chaos. We're your hosts. We love to travel. We love to drink. I like to make recipes for cocktails. Kate likes to make them along with me. And we have way too many opinions for our family to handle, which is why we talk to all of you. So whether you like celebrity deep dive, travel fails, viral chaos, or just a reason to pour a drink and laugh out loud with us, you're in the right place. So grab your cocktail or mocktail and let's dive right in. Today is a choose your own adventure cocktail day because I just couldn't think of something that I knew Kate would have. So we're going to
Or in my case, it's a Karen, tell me what I can make with the following ingredients.
So what I made myself, just because I am ready for my second cup of coffee already of the day, is a rosemary sparkling lemonade. So I just took sparkling water, some fresh lemon juice, and then I just stuck a nice sprig of rosemary in there. So you get a nice little smell of the rosemary as you sip your lime or lemon. You could also do it with limeade, I guess, but I find it better with lemon. So for you, we're going to try to do a
Because it's later here. And
yeah, you can drink more than I can right now.
it's acceptable to be a little day drunk here, whereas like almost dinner time, not for Karen.
I have barely had brunch so far.
Yeah.
Today. So Kate has some pear ginger vodka.
Okay, so how much of that do I need?
So let's do.
Do I need to put
the
the shaker? Okay,
try
great.
it in the shaker. We'll see what happens. This is called,
No ice in the shaker yet.
Not yet. Always your ice later, or else you start watering down your drink.
Ice last.
So let's do an ounce of your pear ginger Belvedere vodka.
Which we have established an ounce is roughly a shot.
Roughly a shot glass.
But I think Bill Nye is going to have to wait or something. It's probably.
I remember. Yeah. I'm like, I've seen enough bartenders use shot glasses, so.
Right.
Okay, and then what did we say? Lime. Let's do a half a shot of lime.
Half a shot of gross lime juice that people. It's fine. It's fine. That lime juice doesn't expire. If we take my husband's logic, hardly anything expires. He's like, it's fine. Just drink it.
Let's do half a shot glass of simple syrup to start.
Okay. To start. Okay. Was this a taste test? It's fine. I don't like it.
It is. I mean, I don't know. I'm just making this up on the fly.
I think that you're the person I trust to do it. So it's some.
And now let's throw some ice in there and give it a nice little shake. Well, do you have sparkling water?
That was the saddest ice. It's just like little pebbles. And then when I shake it, it'll just be like bloop, 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 bloop.
All right, we're doing a dry shake, but there's not going to be an egg white here. And put it in a cup. At least you don't have to strain it because there's no ice.
Saddest drink.
You can just top it with some sparkling water right there.
Okay. And then sparkling water I'm topping it with?
Is it okay?
Water. Is it okay if it's grapefruit sparkling water or does it matter?
That actually might be good. Yeah, try it. I mean,
I guess we'll find out. I guess we're about to find out. All right. Are we ready? Taste test. Ready?
Taste test.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Okay. Would it be
could
better?
It could have been a little colder. It's a lot of flavors because I have, so my Belvedere is pear and ginger, and then the grapefruit sparkling water, and then the lime.
That's a lot.
So there's a lot of flavors. But I mean, it's not bad. I wouldn't kick it out of bed.
Probably try it without the grapefruit next time. Or just do a grapefruit lime sparkling water mocktail, which would also be delicious.
Or I could have used lime sparkling water, I guess. That also would have
that would have worked too. All right, so today I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart.
Oh, great.
Pet peeves. I have stayed at a lot of hotels from 5-star down to budget we're not going to talk about. I've actually never stayed in a hostel, though, that I remember. So that's saying something.
The name alone frightens me.
Of a hostel? It is a weird name.
Feels hostel.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very, like, welcoming and vagabondish, but, like, no, we're going to be hostile to you, even though it's spelled differently. But no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so pet peeves. I know what mine are. I assume you have a few. But I will kick it off.
Yeah, I'm not terribly picky.
Oh,
but
I'm not picky, but for me, like loose outlets. Like I'm not saying they're coming out of the wall. I'm saying you plug it in and it falls out. Like I know how to change out an outlet, and I understand in a hotel there's probably 200 to 1,000 outlets that need to be adjusted.
Right.
But if I am traveling, especially for business, and I cannot charge my devices, then that is a problem for me. And I don't know how to
plug my
solve
devices into the wall though. Like there's always the
the
thing on
USB.
the
Not
desk.
always.
Yeah, that's true.
Not always. And for my laptop, well, I guess now I have the USB-C that I could do, but still, I want to be mad about this. They should be doing better things. It's also when there's like one outlet in the entire place and it's behind the TV or behind the bed and you can't get to it. Like,
that's annoying.
That's not up to code, let alone practical for somebody. Now, a lot of times that is in like smaller places or more historic places, but there have been a couple chain hotels I've been in where I'm like, who designed this? Obviously no one who has ever lived anywhere.
That's annoying when you can't get to it.
Yeah. Like I've packed extension cords places because it's gotten so bad. And sometimes, especially if I have all my camera gear and my computer and, you know, phones and tablets or whatever, like I need a couple plugs to get this done. Like whether I'm putting a big USB, you know, extender on it or not, I need it to have.
So generally accessibility to electricity is your pet peeve or lack
of accessibility to, you know,
that's fair.
So another one is resort fees, which I've seen popping up more and more in like regular old hotels. Now, I feel like this is replacing the Wi-Fi fee that used to be everywhere until they decided, you know, everybody can get free Wi-Fi. Maybe we should just roll this into the price of the room. For me, like, don't tell me there's an added fee. Yeah. Never tell me there's an added fee for what I'm already paying for. You know, like I want to use the gym and the pool.
Just charge it. Just charge it. Just put it in the price.
Put it in. It's not that big of a deal.
And then
especially if I'm not using it.
If you're going to charge a resort fee, the word resort better be applicable to your place that I am staying. Like, I don't want a resort fee for the Holiday Inn Express. That is not a thing.
No, especially if I'm off the highway.
Yeah, no. If there's no pool, if there's no like continental, there's not, it's just a room and you leave. That's not a resort. We're not doing it. That's not, no. And what
about when they're the resort amenities that like I'm never going to use?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
What if I am checking in that night and I have to check out the next morning and you just happen to be the place on the way that I'm staying at? Why am I paying $30 to $100 and something a night to access stuff I'm never going to use?
You're never going to use. Well, and they have to give you those wristbands to get into the resort amenities. So just if you're getting a wristband, you're paying for the wristband. If you're not getting a wristband, you don't need to pay for the wristband. Like, then it's fine. You're not.
And if it's going to be a mandatory fee, then just roll it into the overall price of the room.
Right. I know. That is, I just don't like how they're using resort fees for literally every hotel. Like every hotel, like we paid a resort fee when we were in New York. The hotel that we stayed at had a resort fee. It was a lot. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful hotel. Love it. Would stay there again. Didn't have any amenity, like other than like a room with a shower. There was a restaurant upstairs, but I paid for that. Like there's no pool. There's no like, so what am I paying? What's the resort fee? Like where's the resort part?
Right?
Of the stay?
It's like, and if it's the Wi-Fi or whatever, then just call it what it is. Tell me you're charging me for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just tell me. Yeah, exactly.
Especially in New York,
that's annoying.
Like, what resort fee?
I know. No resorts. This isn't
like my bathroom's the size of like a closet, and so is the room. What's the resort part?
You should stay at the place that we stayed at this last time because it was really nice. It was way nicer than the place that. Don't tell that I said that, but it was really nicer than. I'll tell you where it was.
Okay,
it was really nice. We were like, we will stay here again. Was
it a Kimpton?
I think so.
I think you were at Kimpton. I like Kimptons generally. And usually they have like a wine hour and a coffee bar in the morning and all this other stuff.
I was shocked at how big the room was because New York, you know, like I was so surprised by it. Maybe that's what the resort fee was for, just like a bigger room. I don't know.
We have lots of hotel rooms in this property, so you have to pay more for a fee of square footage. I don't
like all the broken. I think that generally pet peeves for me, like with hotel like charges, is like, well, we're going to charge you for this, and we're going to charge you for this, and we're going to charge you for this. Like, just be like, it's $500 or whatever, and then just call it.
And there's already all the taxes in there too. I'm like, don't show me that you're nickel and diming me. Like, just nickel and dime me without me knowing. I would love to not know that I'm being nickel and dimed left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, it just hurts. It hurts a little bit more. It hurts a little bit more.
Yeah, you're telling me that you're, kind of overcharging me now, and I don't need to know that. So, I mean, it's
We're
like,
gonna rub it right in.
yeah, it's like baggage
All right.
fees. It's like, oh God, come on.
What else? What else you got?
What else do I have? Let's
What
see.
else bothers you about
Parking.
hotels? Do tell.
Parking. I
Parking.
just want free parking everywhere.
I don't like when they make you valet. I don't like when it's forced valet. Here's the thing, and parents of children or just general disgusting people. My car looks like a pigsty all of the time. I don't know who has left dirty socks in the back at any given night. The smell, I'm nose blind to the smell. I don't want a stranger judging my car. Like, I don't need that in my life. I don't need the judgment. I don't need to feel like I have to clean my car before they come and get in. It's just, yeah, no. I don't want to have to valet.
No. Well, I just don't want, I feel rushed when there's valet involved.
Yes.
Like, I don't even want somebody to help me with my bags because I'm like, no. Like, I
You're like,
don't want to have to wait for a bag. I don't want to have to do anything. Like, I understand this is a job. I love Bell people because they always know where to get brunch because generally they go out and party the night before and then have to have a hangover food. And that's where I want to have breakfast. Is where they
I'll
go
bring
to find
my bag to you at the Bell stand, or my bags. Let's be real. I will bring them to you. You can wheel them up. You want to do that? Great. I don't need to carry them upstairs. You go, have at it. But I want to take my time getting what I need. Because, like, I don't know about you, but like when I have my kids with me and stuff, it's like somebody's hat is over here. Like nothing is like together. It's not organized. Like, especially if we did a driving destination.
Oh my gosh.
Stay. Yeah. It's like, I threw these extra shoes in at the last minute, whatever. So I need moments to be like, this can stay in the car. This can come out of the car. I don't want you just like starting to pull my crap out of the car.
Or don't hover. Like, don't be hovering.
Yeah. Like I'll get it. I'll get it and we'll come over and then you can cart it up or whatever you want to do. And I'll give you $10 and everybody will be happy. But I don't know if $10 is the right way to tip for that.
It's so rare that I have anybody help me with my bags because I'm usually carrying on.
Like, I'm like, I need to get myself organized before I have anybody else involved.
Yeah. I mean, my kids aren't even allowed to help me because especially like road trips, the amount of tote bags now that are like,
oh my gosh, I know.
Throw it in.
The snack bag and the cold food. I know. It literally, every time we go anywhere now, like if we have taken a car. So it's amazing because my children and I can scale it down to like a backpack if we are going to Europe for 14 days. We can do one backpack per person. We're good, right? But like if we are going to like Orlando for 2 nights, it looks like we're moving in. We've got snack bags and we've got a cooler and we've got like, it's ridiculous.
We have the space because you're like, well, what if I need that hat? Or what if I
like everybody's bringing their own pillow and it's like, okay, but like 14 days in Europe, 3 different countries, everybody was carrying one backpack. Like, you know what I mean? Like we can scale it down, but it's a mess. But there's just too much involvement, I think. And it goes back to like the fees. Now you're tipping your valet, you're paying for that. You have a resort fee. You've got the fees and taxes and, valet tips. And every single time you have to tip the valet if you're staying there more than one night.
Oh, yeah.
And then it ends up costing you $40 million to stay at the Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah. I mean, we could have a whole separate episode just on the tipping culture of America and how I feel. There's a lot wrong with it. Having been multiple times in my life part of the service industry, I'm like, yes, we will have an episode just about that.
I love that.
My last pet peeve, and you might remember this from when we were on a trip together, is I really like blankets and pillows. And I hate when there is no extra blanket, number one. Or if you ask for an extra blanket, they bring like a sheet thin blanket. I have finally figured out that I have to ask for another duvet, which to me, a duvet is the cover, not the actual comforter.
So what do they bring you when they bring the duvet? Because that's what covers your comfort.
No, they bring you like the actual comforter if you ask for a duvet now. Because most of the time there are no duvet covers anymore. They just use sheets. It's like 2 sheets in between each other. And then you're like, okay, I hope nothing touches me. I don't know when you washed this last.
Yeah, I have noticed that it's not a duvet cover anymore. It's just like a thin sheet they put over a comforter. It's weird. I'm like, well, why bother? Like just do the comfort. I don't know.
I will say internationally, there are still like legit comforters and stuff, but there's no sheet usually, like no top sheet.
Right. There's no top sheet.
Actually put the comforters in things.
to kind of play off of your not having extra blankets thing, when you go, so I don't know if this has ever happened to you. I'm sure it has because this has happened to us multiple times. When we go to places, anytime we will go to places that have we'll get a room, and sometimes we'll have a pull-out couch that the boys are going to sleep on, right? There will be no bedding for no linens for the pull-out couch. And I'm like, it's in the room.
Yeah.
You know that it's here. You have furnished this room, hotel, whatever. Why wouldn't you put pillows and blankets for said,
Even when they do, it's usually that teeny tiny thin blanket.
Yes.
And usually my oldest is on the couch and then his brother's in a sleeping bag on the couch pillows on the floor because God forbid they touch each other at night. And my oldest is always like, I'm freezing. What am I supposed to do? So I'm like, hi, housekeeping. Yeah. Can I get 5 more pillows and 3 more duvets?
Yeah.
So all of us can actually function and be okay.
You just have to call and be like, we're building a fort. Please bring everything.
Yeah.
I know. I don't understand why that is not what's the holdup?
Maybe
why are we so
people aren't using it most of the time? But I'm like, you see 4 people are coming. Let's just assume
put it in the closet.
4 people aren't in the king size bed with me.
Put it in the overly unnecessarily large closet and just do that. No one, what are they hanging in that closet?
Well, maybe they could put a couple hangers in the closet. There's another pet peeve. I need 10 to 20 hangers in every closet. Yeah.
You have 3 hangers.
3. So 3.
And usually I will say that but and this is the thing that happens when you go to a hotel and there are 5 hangers, you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many hangers. This is amazing. This is the best hotel in the world.
Which shouldn't be 5 hangers. Come on. Everything's been rolled up in my suitcase.
The wins in hotels are so minimal, but so huge to you at that moment because you're like, oh my, and I've told you this before, and I will tell everybody, if you're traveling abroad and you have to stay at Schiphol Airport, because why wouldn't you? In Amsterdam, it is the hub for Europe, right? It's a very large airport. The Marriott hotel that is all connected to the airport, but all the way at the end. You have to go down this ridiculously long hallway that you could skateboard down. It's amazing. That hotel is my absolute favorite so far in the world simply because the room, I shouldn't say simply because, there were many reasons. The room was gigantic. We did a family room. It's not a suite. It's just a room with a king bed. And then they brought in cots for my children and they set up a teepee over the cots. It was adorable.
Gosh.
And it was super cute. And then, but there's a foyer when you walk into the room. So there's a whole entryway where you can leave your shoes and your winter jackets because we were there in February. So it was cold and and then you go in and they have this really big room and then you walk around and there's a really big walk-in closet and then a bathroom that was the size of one of my bedrooms in my house.
Oh my gosh. I love a good bathroom.
So that was amazing. I was like, this is a mansion hotel room. And they had Nescafe coffee. They had the coffee machine was a Nescafe. And I was like, okay,
you love your
I
Nescafe.
see you. I see you, Schiphol Marriott. I see you. Most people are I'll just go down to the Starbucks or whatever's in the downstairs. I am a person who, as soon as I wake up, as soon as my feet touch the ground, there needs to be a coffee going into my face in 5 minutes or less. I will fall down. I will walk into doors. It's just not I can't function. So I take my coffee in hotel rooms very, very seriously. And I will tell you right now, that sold me on it. I was screaming at my husband. I was like, damn it. I was crying.
Sticking all the pods in your bag.
This is the greatest place on earth. It was absolutely fantastic. But as tiny and insignificant as that, it makes a huge, we stay in a lot of hotels. And it's the fails. The fails are so ugh. And that but you learn to just, this is the normal. Okay, I got the little packet of creamer coffee situation. It's just not can we just have coffee in the room like a normal person? Can we have anything nice?
On that note, I'm going to end with, we love the Marriott at Amsterdam. We hate loose plugs and resort fees and crappy coffee. So take note, hotel industry.
And hotels, if you are doing all of these things right, then good on you. Okay.
Good on you, and we will come and visit.
And anybody else, do better. Look at your plugs. Walk, take out, do a little lap. Jiggle some stuff.
So thanks for hanging out with us at the Twist Happy Hour today. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a sip of fun. And follow us on social at Twist Cocktail Recipes and Twist Happy Hour for more behind the scenes, lots of recipes, random nonsense, and a whole lot of chaos, as you can tell, and opinions. Never forget, we all have
and opinions, which we're allowed to have. We are allowed.
So we'll see you next week, same time, same place. Enjoy. Cheers, everybody.